coming in the live stream discussing some of the things which I have did throughout the days, as well as few of the incidents that take place over the period of 2 days. And eventually I ask myself what are the lessons that I have learned from those events that occur in this 2 days moment. Damn, I was using so many synonyms of the word whenever I'm saying or whenever I'm rephrasing the word. That is very good things. Number one, yesterday when I went to the bed at 2 a.m., I couldn't even imagine that immediately I wake up at 6 o'clock, which means 6 a.m. in the morning. The question is why? Is because, bro, I have work at 9 a.m. and whenever traveling from my work to my homes, that takes around roughly 1 hour 40 minutes. However, I always try my best to get out from my house at least 2 hours prior to my work time. So eventually I go to my work at least 20 minutes or maybe 30 minutes early. Once I go there, buy something from the cafeteria, eat a heavy breakfast, and eventually that gives me so much energy to last at least throughout the days. So same like that today, what happened was I couldn't able to wake up at 6 o'clock because at 6 o'clock my phone ring. However, since I didn't sleep yet day before yesterday, as a result I completely turned off the alarm apps, went to the bed and thinking myself maybe I'm gonna sleep at least 20 minutes or 15 minutes. But guess what? As usual, whenever you tell yourself like that, especially during the cold seasons, I would say, and your body, it literally wants so much warmth, and then eventually this 5 minute turns into an hour. So what happened was I end up waking up around 7:40 or 7:30, and then I'm using the filler word, then is not a good thing. Afterward, completely get up, wear my dress, immediately didn't eat anything from home, head over to the work. And when I went there, again, I just brushed my teeth and washed my face. That's it. And while going to the work, definitely I just listened to many of the religious, those surah and the what's the name? Surah Yasin as well as Surah Waqiyah. Bro, went to the subway and and as usual, whenever you were trying to go into whenever you were rushing in the mornings to go to your work, to ensure that you reach there before the start times, because again if you do not go there before the clocking times, then definitely at the end of the week your supervisors, your manager, are gonna say, hey, I think it seems like you are getting quite delayed, so please next time don't get really bit delay. So I was lucky enough that I rushed so fast that first I went to one of the lime scooter. That shit is broken. And obviously whenever you're in a rush hour, when things is broken, it also gives so much panic. So immediately look into the phone. Oh no, there is another lime scooter near to me, and bam, run into that lime scooter. And one of the important lessons for you as well is if you live in New York City or if you live in LA and you have some kind of public program assistance that you are receiving, in that case you can get a free lime ride every single day, which is a 30-minute ride. You can get it for free, and whatever things that you want to do, just do it in this 30 minutes. So in that 30 minutes I utilize to go to the subway. And oh, yo, somebody said something. Drena, how are you doing, from where you're watching? And by the way, quick just heads up that we are just discussing some of the things that we did throughout the day. So if you want to discuss some different topics, just drop it in the chat so I can use it as an idea. I went to the work, finished the work, and during my break times, I didn't realize that there is one of the incident that happened to my father. So the question become, why it is so emergency? Because, bro, you remember that in my live streams I always use one of the apps which completely block away the social medias, a phone, as well as many of the activities that distract me. So what happened to this incident, again, it is a good lessons for you as well as for mine, because if there is emergency situations and you have some kind of parental control apps, or and apps which blocks so much activities of the social media, so in that cases, during the emergencies situations, people could not able to reach her. So what exactly happened to my cases was, my father, he has some diabetes, as well as his heart problems and kidneys issues, all kind of stuff, and which is kind of scary. So that is the reason I advise myself do exercise every single day. And unfortunately, because of the work, I couldn't able to make it. So hopefully by today in the morning, I'm gonna do that. So in the morning at roughly 10 o'clock, I I was not expecting to receive so many calls, so many messages from my sister as well as my sister-in-law, which means I believe my brother wife, as and also my brother's father-in-law from my country. So they were calling me, hey dude, just pick up the call because your father is in critical condition. I I was completely shocked because my phone, they didn't ring anything. I didn't I didn't even heard my phone is ringing for the message. I didn't even heard any kind of message from my social medias. And guess what? All of those people, they were messaging me in the WhatsApps. And since they're messaging me in the WhatsApps, however, as I said before, there's the app. This app, which is completely blocking the message, blocking the call, blocking everything. So as a matter of fact, that since the app was activated and I'm working, I was a little bit busy. I couldn't able to pick up the call. So lessons which is learned that next times, whenever you want any loved one, whenever you want someone to communicate with you, particularly in me, so in that in those scenarios, tell them that, hey, if you want to communicate with me, just make sure use a different route of communication. Do not call me in WhatsApp, because in the WhatsApps, the call messages, everything will get blocked completely. So this is the thing which I forgot to tell my brother, forgot to tell my sister, as well as some of the relatives who I live with. And unfortunately, as a result of that, my father, he had kind of how can I describe it? So I'm not sure how can I describe it, but he has some kind of illness that where whenever his diabetes get low, then immediately he rolled up his eyes, fall down, and started making a hell lot of noise with his throat, and seems like um, he's in coma, or seems like he's in such a critical condition he's about to pass away in those situations. Diabetic seizure, I think so, that shit is called diabetic seizure, but this is so crazy. And my sister, oh, thank you so much, Disney. I think you just asked me something. Oh, no, it is not coma. I think maybe diabetic seizure. So whenever it happened, diabetic seizure, whatever things it is, at that time, immediately my sister, she called me up, because again, that's where I live, but I didn't pick up because I was at work. And this is one of the bad things. I tell myself, dude, because you were prioritizing a work over to your loved one, which is your father, and imagine if your father have died to them, then maybe 2 or 3 years later you could have regret yourself that you give so much fucking focus to your work, because of that you just lost your father. All right, again, I'm not saying that my workplace during the emergency situation they would not going to release me. Hell yeah, if it is family emergency, f your work, I'm leaving right now. So long story short, my sister, she just called up my brother, and whenever she called up him, he didn't pick up the call. And my father, he's in, I believe, diabetic seizure, where his eyes rolled up, and he's making so much gagging noise, same like whenever you slaughter, or whenever somebody is sleeping, or when somebody is slaughter at some animals, they make a kind of a noise, same like that. And afterward, my sister, she called to my brother's wife, who picked up the call, and my brother's wife called to her father. He picked up the call, and everyone was calling me up. Then onward, my brother wife, who called to my brother, by the way, he was living in different country. And then eventually he called to my sister multiple different times and tell her that, hey, give him some sugar to his mouth, and then also give him another kind of medicines which he should take in order to make sure um, these diabetic seizures which get away very quickly. So thankfully, thankfully, that work. However, one of my brother-in-law, which is my sister, my sister's husband. So obviously, whenever you are women, you would have a leader, which means your husband. So what happened? She called to my brother-in-law, her husband. Hey, hey, come here, come on. This guy, whenever he saw these situations, he was started shaking so fucking badly that he was about to gonna do the heart attack. So immediately, my sister, she told him, "Hey, you better get your ass into the bedroom, relax yourself, and I will take care of it." Afterward, she gave my father some kind of sugar as well as some kind of medicines in order to increase his diabetes, and then he came to a normal conditions, and right now he's okay. And I spoke with my brother. He was saying, dude, you better book a ticket by today, send him back to my country, because the thing is that last night we had some family matter related discussions, which is kind of very serious, and I am guessing because of that he just took it too much seriously, and end up getting a diabetic seizures or those kind of stuff on the next day. There is one thing's happened while coming on the subway, bro. Whenever you didn't sleep properly, at least 7 hour or 6 hour throughout the night, and at that time while traveling, hey, uni brother, hey, whitey out, how are you doing? Yo, I need to tell you something. I have created a cybersecurity account where I will be uploading some of the interesting videos. Again, I'm not telling you that it's a hacking, but those could be absolutely helpful for people who are going towards cybersecurity, or maybe who wants to be an ethical hacker. Remember, the ethical hacker, it is completely different thing. It's same as I have my computer and right on the time to no, might not, dude, you are getting the points wrong, dude. No, I'm not hacking anything. But I'm just telling you that because you always ask me hacking this stuff. So today when I was creating that YouTube account, I realized, holy cow, this this is the guy who might have motivated me. But in long story short, that channel main goal was to share the things that I have learned, or share the information that I am learning at the moment. So definitely, whenever you didn't sleep whole night, you sleep like maybe 4 hour, 3 hour while traveling in the subway or in the trains. I want fight. Don't know. Maybe we have to carry out an attack to the JP Morgan. They're gonna give you 5 billion million. Wait, how much does the JP Morgan net worth? Let me see. JP Morgan net worth. Bro, that shit is crazy. Their net worth is $814 billion to 823 billion. Maybe one day or day one. So anyway, dude, I just slept like last night, and while I was coming over the subway, and in subway, it is a long journey, around like 1 hour. So at that time, I was listening to something. I was not listening to anything, just completely closed my eyes. And there was one of the ladies, she was sitting next to me, and she's from Mexico, I think. And obviously, whenever you close your eyes, then automatically your mind started to relax. And at that time, maybe the train just shakes something, and eventually I was about to fall down into that lady's arm. And whenever she saw that, she just punked me. That she said, "Hey, that's fine. That's fine. You can just put your head in my, what's that thing's name? I forgot. You can put your head here, no problem, and sleep." I said, "No, no, I'm good, man. I'm a halal brother. I don't just lean on somebody's body." So I just came at home. While coming at home, I went to one of the masjid, and there is one of the guy who I always speak with, kind of friendly persons. Did you know, haram? This is not good. I never ever kiss in my life, dude. I never in my life. Dude, her age is around 35, 30, or maybe 28. So what are you expecting me to kiss her? Are you kidding me, dude? So I came to the mosque and then eventually asked this guy related to my marriage stuff. And this guy, he was just playing around with me, and that shit is so fucking crazy, dude. Especially whenever if you want a good life partner at that time, you have to just decide it from your early age. Because if you are undecided and if you are not clever enough to get into connect with someone, then it becomes so difficult. Bro, hey Dylan, how are you doing? I think I do know you. And I spoke with him for a couple of minutes about like marriage related stuff as well as finding partner. You have two eyebrow. Yo, Dylan, you better stop joking with me, dude. Did she have Adam apples? Bro, what are you talking about there? I have no idea which joke you are playing with me. Oh, come on, term too. I, you know what? So you're a nice guy. Thank you so much. You know what is crazy? Whenever you ask that shit, I swear to God, I just look it up in the internet and try to ensure that I know what that word means. Okay, okay. You were talking about marriage. Yeah, I was talking about the marriage, dude. Finding a life partner, especially whenever you are an adult, it becomes so fucking hard. And mainly when you live in big cities. You know why? Because, bro, in big cities, if you are not an extrovert, and you do not go to club, as well as you do not attend many of the events, then it is very difficult to connect with the people. Why? Because, bro, you live in one of the so did she have deep voice? No, no, I heard that she studied in Harvard. She studied in Harvard. I met with her one time. But in reality, what happened was you are so busy with your work, study, career, and then you eventually forget that holy cow, I need to get married. And whenever you hit a marriage age, at that time you realize, holy cow, I need someone. I want to find a spouse. And wait, she doesn't have a deep voice, but she has a, I think, normal voice, I would say. And eventually whenever you hit that particular age, you reach out many of the people, hey, do you have anyone who is similar like-minded like mine? And they say, yeah, yeah, we have to look into it. And then you give like 1 week, 2 week, 3 week, and guess what, that shit didn't work. So even though if they find some of the people, and then once you have speak with them, then you realize, holy cow, that's kind of arranged marriage. And then did you have no, bro, I have no idea, bro. I swear to God, the one that you're asking me, the question like, I'm looking up in the internet what the heck that means. Because again, I don't speak women too much, and that is the reasons I was not familiar with what those words mean. Oh, I see. Pricky leaf. No, bro, I have no idea what's the difference between the pricky chin and top lip. I have no idea. Trust me. Because just now I look it up and I just saw this is what the heck am I saying in my face? Look at that. Because I have no idea. Because I don't know. That she's he's describing a man. No, he's not describing it. He's describing the candidate which I have seen in I think few months ago, and I just met with her, and she was so fucking busy with her study as well as career stuff. Because, bro, if you study in medical, if you study in um, master, especially those science related subject, and your main goal is to become a doctor, then you do not have any fucking time to give relationships. So eventually I was in contact. Now he's asking you if you are talking to a girl, said pretending to have no, hell no, dude. I never would do that. Because yo, Dylons, that is the reasons I directly speak with the persons who is guardians. Because for me, I swear to God, God give me such a confidence that if I want to ask some things, I will directly go into the dead and I'm gonna ask him. Because I don't play around. For example, this girl, whoever I got him, I directly went to her dad and I asked her, hey, do you have a daughter or anyone? I was looking this specific kind of conditions, and he had been knowing me like 3 or 4 years. So long story short, I got introduced to his daughter, and that was like few months ago. And then I was quite serious because again, the things that I look for a person, first thing first is the characteristic. And yes, bro, is listen. Everyone has the same amount of time, as the time is never excuse. People will make time for what matters. That is, I swear to God, that is one of the best point. I'm not exaggerating, Dylan's, because it reminded me some of the quotes that if you really want to do something, or if you give some priority, then you will definitely gonna make some time for some shit. So that is a good point, I swear to God. So anyway, long story short, I make my time, and then I contacted with her father directly. I told her, hey, that specific day I would be available because I have graduated from the college and I have ample amount of time at this time. If you want, then I'm going to directly meet with your daughter, and we're going to have some of the conversations, and if things work, then we're going to move forward. If not, and then we will close the chapter. That's it. Because again, I don't speak with her. Absolutely. Doctor or not, she will. Yeah, you have to put some time, especially in relationship. This is crazy. And trust me, it reminded me, as I said before, it reminded me one of the things that if you really want something, if you want a relationship to work, then you have to give an effort, you have to give a time, whether it is relationships, whether it is wanting to achieve something. For example, for me, coming on the live stream is to main goal is to just build an audience, communicate with my viewers. Bro, its time is 2 o'clock in the morning, but still I am on the live streams, dude. And my goal is to wake up at 7 a.m. tomorrow. Why? Because I have to take my father to a doctor. Why? Because he got sick yesterday. That right one will ask you to talk to her dad. Yeah, so I spoke with him. He introduced me to her daughter. And then after I spoke with her daughter, again, I didn't spoke her directly, like privately, hell no. So what happened is, dude, it's still gonna create a long story, but I'm gonna tell you. So again, I'm gonna just make a documentary about it in my own blogging channel. What happened was, first thing first, he knows me really, really well for 2 to 3 years, and then I tell him one time, hey, I was in a situation that I was looking for this specific kind of persons. Why would you talk to her private? Bro, the talking to her private, this is a very good question that you have asked, is because again, when I try to speak with a person, especially opposite genders, in privately, even though I know that I can able to control myself, whatever things that I want to ask, I can able to ask her appropriately. But still, whenever we are looking to the cultural perspective, at that time, their guardians would not gonna think it as appropriate. So that is the reasons I had to, make sure that her guardians is present in the middle, especially whenever I speak with her. She needs to be your biggest fan, as a hard daddy son going marry you. That woman is. Yeah, that's what I was talking to her dad today. That her dad was telling me that she is doing the bachelor as well as masters at the same time. So what happened was her dad arranged a meeting with her and me and my sister, my brother-in-law, my nephew, my niece, everyone. We went to her house, and then we were speaking with her back. We were speaking with her back and forth. My sister, she also speak with her mother as well as her dad, and then suddenly the things has changed is because her father was saying that she has to prepare for the MCAD. This is kind of a medical school stuff where she has to prepare, and that is the reasons she has to prioritize on that stuff. Because after meeting with her, I asked my sister that, hey, what do you think about our family? She wasn't there very kind enough. They're more pious as well as more gentle toward us. And then she asked me, what do you think about that girl that you have met? So I told her, yeah, she is, I would not say she's extremely in the beautiful voice. She is okay according to my preference. And then what about character wise? Character wise, I would say she's having a very excellent character and quality. And this is extremely, extremely important, and it matters a lot. Because if you marry a beautiful person, you're gonna enjoy the moment, you're gonna enjoy the honeymoon, and then eventually whenever you have a children's, and at that time your children's, they might be raised as a beautiful, but they could not able to contribute a value that would be beneficial to the society. And for example, if you marry a person who has a good character, who has very ambitious rules in life, so whenever you have a children's, then definitely your children's will gonna also be learn so much from their mother as well, because this is the person who they're gonna spend hell lot of times. So that is the reasons I give more priority. Bro, no, that's not good thinking. But still, dude, this is what I thought. So I spoke with her. Then after I spoke with her, uh, bro, Dylan, hey, bro, no, that's not good thing. I don't know why it is not good thing, but this is what I personally did some research, and this is what I have learned. But correct me if I am wrong, because I have never ever in relationships in my life. Because even in privately, I never speak with someone or just flutter around randomly with the girls. So what happened was next was her father. He just communicated with me, and he told me, hey, can you give us at least couple of months, and after this particular periods, then we will definitely gonna proceed seriously. Then afterward, my father, he just came from my countries to here, and then I introduced my father to her father and told him that, hey, if you want to move forward, then we have to do it as soon as possible, because I don't have enough amount of time, and she has to make sometimes. You can have a woman who is hot. I mean, like, you think she's not, she's the hottest thing as a, since no, she can be the smart and high character individuals. That women exist and exist for you. Do not settle. Yeah, thank you so much for your advice. I swear to it, because in my life I have never ever hunted for the women, because I don't chase women. Because my one of the things which I have tell myself that there is somebody who's out there for you, and they're gonna find you if you're gonna look for it, and you have to put some effort. But you should not chase a woman. So you should not try to convince someone to love you or convince someone to marry you. If you want to straightforward ask her that, maybe after meeting maybe a couple of times, that hey, you want to move forward, yes or no. If that person is saying no, that means chapter close. If it is yes, that means yes. So back to the topic, what happened was, she told her father that, yeah, everything is fine, but she has to focus into her exams and those shit stuff. And then eventually today I just met with her father, and he was playing around. Then eventually I told her, you know what, enough means enough. I didn't tell him directly, but I told my father that, hey, enough means enough. I think we have to move forward, or maybe you will just ask him directly that, hey, what do you want to do. So this is the point where we have left over. And afterward I just came home, and I just saw one of my roommate's friend who is also studying in similar kind of college, the place where I have studied. And we are discussing about the few matter. Bro, I came to the bed, and I was just laying around for 5 minutes. And when I was laying around for 5 minutes, I was asking myself, dude, what the heck I have done in past so many years. You grow up, you went to the schools, you spend some like couple of years, and in those couple of years, if you're lucky enough, then you build some things, help people, and eventually become millionaire, billionaire by solving the problems. And again, some of the people, they meet their life partner in the high schools, because I have followed one of the motivator or inspirational persons. His name is Sandeep Mashwari. So this guy, he met his life partner in high school. So this is the same kind of question what I'm asking myself. Did I miss the opportunity to meet someone in the high schools, because I had so much people who used to follow me. Hey, Mon, how are you doing? Oh, by the way, you're from Roblox, I'm pretty much sure. Bro, you have desires. It's normal and okay. But there is a woman that chase your boxes. I mean, a high character is smart. Uh, a high character is smart, beautiful, and they love you. But if you're not attracted to her, as a don't do that. You to yourself. Yeah, this is the important thing. Like, if you're not attracted to the woman's, then do not overpressure yourself to be attracted to her. And I mean, this is important, because especially you are a human beings, and especially if you're man, female, and in that case is intimacy, you will gonna do it at the end, at some point in your life, to have a children. So if you're not attracted with her and she's not attracted with you, you're not even 30. Oh yeah, okay. Yeah, Moon. Thank you so much for tuning in. So yeah, this is kind of a one of the I'm using the good points so many times. It seems like kind of exaggerating, but this is one of the nice point that you have made, because bro, I know before I didn't get married till I was 30. Bro, this is the people who are saying me that things like you have to be 31 or 32. But the problem is like if you know someone at the early age, it would be much more easier for you to just lock in instead of waiting for that amount of time. So long story short, I just came to the bed and my mind need to get relaxed, and eventually I just fall into a sleep for around 2 to 3 hours, and suddenly I wake up at 1:30 a.m. in the mornings. And then I ask myself, wait a minute, I just slept. So immediately afterward, what I did was just open up my laptops, try to build a few of the channels, because that's what I tell myself. I believe past few days that I need to work on learning Spanish, learning Arabic, as well as learning more details about the cybersecurity, because this is what I love and this is what I do. Because again, cybersecurity field is too much important. Everything is evolving over the time, so you have to get used to the new technologies, trying to use the cybersecurity. Yeah, because your spirit is not your spirit is not at rest. You know something that isn't right, but you don't know what. Yeah, it is. So then I told myself, wait a minute, I want to do also trading, because I heard many people that if you want to do trading by buying those stock stuff, then over the times those generate so much amount of money. And you know what is crazy? When I was in the workplace, I was discussing that matter with one of my friend co-worker, and he said, why don't you invest it right now? I said, you know what, F it, I'm gonna invest it. So what I did, bro, lol, I see these things because I've been through it, man. So yeah, man, what I did, you know what, F it, let me gonna invest something. So bro, I invest only $45. I swear to God, I invest only $45. Amazon's AI as well as pharmaceutical companies, and this $45 like 2 to 3 months ago, and right now this shit increased to like $120. $120. And I got crazy. I said, wait a minute, is it natural or is it some kind of intelligence that I'm having on my mind? And then I decided, you know what, I'm gonna invest every day for $20, because I'm not a rich guy, but still one day whenever I'm gonna get rich, I'm gonna keep it. Yeah, that's amazing. So I was telling myself I'm gonna keep my main purpose, that one day whenever I'm gonna reach, my main goal is to build a hospital in my home country, because this will give me a motivations to invest the money to ensure that I can do a good stuff in my community. And especially, if you have a good purpose, then automatically you come on that specific day, on specific timing, and do the task, because you know that if you that would be a blessing to them. As a good bro, it is blessing too for my communities people back home in the villages, because I lost my mother because of the mistreatment, because she had some kind of cancer, and then I lost one of my cousin brother a few days ago, because we didn't had a good hospitals, not even a normal hospital in our village. And that's what tell me, wait a minute, why you have to chase the money? So instead, just chase the money, work your ass off, and then whatever profit, whatever things that you have made, just give to the community. Yeah, this is the things that I was saying. So then another thing I tell myself that, wait, what are the things that I do constantly basis, and especially coming on the live stream, that shit is crazy. Like today is 116 day of coming on the live stream. Then I tell myself, okay, if I come on the live stream every single day, try to make content, why can't I make a video of me investing every single day? Why? Because if I do a video every single day, that will motivate me that, hey, you have to make a video, just do it, or don't procrastinate. So then as a result of creating a content as a motivation, I'm going to use to invest every single day instead of procrastinating. There is a level you can reach where money is attracted to you, but it comes to miss mindset. Yep, that is the thing. That so the main goal which I have, right, is, okay, main goal is to build a hospitals, and that hospitals needs to be funded by my money, like same as a non-profit, where you are providing all the wealth that you have earning, and to give best services to your community. That's what I was trying to do. Long story short, I immediately created channels for that, as well as again learning Spanish. This is my dream, dude, because I love to connect with people from different countries. And in New York City, there are so many people from Spanish country, like Spanish countries, from Guatemala, from Mexico, from Spain. And if you know Spanish, then you can able to bond with them so good. And Arabic is because, bro, I have thought about, like, in the Middle East, if you if you want to do any kind of business, or maybe if you want to build a brand in the future, at that time Middle East could be a good spot where you can able to build a brand, because of the place where I also grew up over there, as well as what, as well as connecting people. If you do not have a foundations, and that those things can be built on, then you will not be able to stand up under the blessings. Yep, that is the reasons. The foundation is crucial. So I absolutely agree with you. So that is the reasons for cybersecurity related. I do have mentor who guide me every single steps, and especially whenever it comes to the tradings, I'm pretty much sure I'm gonna learn from my mistake, because I would not take that as a yes foundation. That's it. So the reasons for the trading stuff, I would not gonna take it as a full time. Instead, that's my hobbies, because whatever money we're gonna generate from that stuff, especially the dividend, those profit would be completely go straight to the charity, or most of the times for good causes. And regarding the business stuff, this is foundation is important, because for the business, first, if you know the foundation, if you have your own strategies, is the two part being, and doing everything you are talking about is doing what are you doing, is that will set apart. Wait, let me try to understand what did you said. Is two parts being, and doing everything, and you are talking, doing everything you're about it, is doing what are you doing, is the being that will be a part. Yeah, I mean, what you are trying to say, some people they just say, oh, I will gonna do something on that specific day, that specific times. On other hand, other persons who stay silent, keep quiet, and he's actually doing it. He actually doing it. Or maybe if you want to be extra next level, then you are doing it and you are documenting it. So this is what I meant, I'm pretty much sure. So yep, that is the reasons I tell myself, why can't I do the documentary? And for the trading, even though that is a good point, I didn't realize that I should know the fundamentals for the trading, but I'm going to look into it. Thank you so much for the ideas. And I believe, and for the language stuff, I do use the Duolingo, so every single day learn. Being is the inner being is the inner man, the doing is what the being can accomplish. Yep, that's what it is. How can you develop your inner being? This is a very good question. How you can able to develop your inner beings? It is about actions that you have take. For example, I will give you a realistic example to you as well as myself. Whenever you were in the high school, you see that the one student who is a top performance, he always do things on the top, which means at the top of his priority. If you want to do the homework, come home immediately, finish it off, whether he know it or whether he doesn't know it, just finish it off. On the other hand, the one who is a very bad student, so called like C grade, D grade, those students, whenever they come home, they have to relax, they have to take a nap, they have to also eat food, they have to do some exercise, and then at the end of the day, whenever the energy level is low, they're about to go to bed. At that time, they would tell, you know what, I have nothing there, I have to just see if I can spend like 2 minutes. And whenever the actions are correlated with doings, yep, I'm asking about the inner beings inside of your spirit, and this is rigorous thinking, I think so. But again, I'm not an expert person in that inner being, but what I'm trying to say is, whenever you take actions, at that time that actions will also develop your inner confidence, I would say confidence, as well as a good character, who exactly you are. The reason I'm saying that is because when I was in the kindergartens as well as in my middle school, I used to be a F grade student, D grade student. Highest to highest grade that I used to get is C, highest. And I still remember that one time my mother, she used to take me always those parent meetings and parent teacher meetings, and my teacher always complained that this guy, he's a kind and he's polite and he's very quiet, but his performance is bullshit, especially study performance. But whenever I moved to the high school, I had a great teacher. Her name was Mubashira, tutor, and she used to teach me so much stuff, especially doing this stuff, because whenever I take an actions immediately and it gives me more confidence. And next times, whenever was thinking myself, oh, I am feeling scared or I'm feeling kind of nervous to speak a girl or give a lecture, I say, you know what, fuck the nervous, let's do it. So because of that confidence, which built me that I'm courageous, as well as I'm smart, because I'm smart in a self that whenever I'm speaking with someone, I tell myself, do not tell yourself that you are fool. Think yourself as a smart, even though you don't know nothing. Smart in a way that you will gonna learn something from the other people. There are two principles: have to be and be do have. Okay, I'm not familiar with that principle. I swear to God, if you can have explain me a little bit more details. So, long story short, this is the things that helped me, especially in the high schools, to become a sports leader, like sports captain, that is called prefect, and also I would say a badminton player under 16, as well as president of couple of the clubs, and what else? I become a top. They call as what is that name? The top performer in the subject. Have things and do the things, and then I will be the thing I want to be. Okay, you have things and do the things, and then I will be the things that I want. I'm gonna take a picture. If I swear to God, it seems like a just normal conversation which I'm having with dialogues, but I swear to God, it could be one of the best advice. I never know. I'm gonna have to do some research on it. Be what I aspire to, then I will do the things, then I will have them. All right, all right. Thank you for the statement, I would say. So, long story short, dude, just do things that you love, but think about long term, particularly when you were. And yeah, one of the advice that I can give for investing into the trading those stock, bro. I swear to God, there are some of the company their performance really really well in the short term. For example, today's stock their performance is good, tomorrow's stock their performance is good, but I didn't invest on those company. You know why? Because I always think their graph into 5 years, 1 years, what their performance was. And yo, this could be important information, like if you want to do those stock stuff and those things, because you don't I didn't even have any knowledge or nothing. So I just did two things. I analyzed the graph and I see that, oh, 5 years from now, in 5 years, what was their performance? If I see, oh, their performance was green signal, they're doing well, then bam, just invest some money. So this is the tricks which I have learned. And definitely over the times, I'm going to make some documentaries every single days and upload in the social medias, and maybe 5 or 10 years from now I will gonna come back to those videos, um, and ask myself that what are the things I have improved, what are the things that I have learned, am I become better from last year to this year, or am I not getting improved to myself in these years. So those are the key questions that I will definitely going to ask myself at that point, and it is crucial. Right now I'm just making those documentaries every single day. Anyway, I'm gonna end the streams right now. It's been 43 minutes. I was yapping around. I'm pretty much sure there are so many amazing people who just joined in. If I man, if I if I man, the Lord knows you will and love how you are and who you are. And if you look into the things I have talked about here, you will find wild favor, success, and the abundance in the world. Thank you so much. I never know. Maybe you will be a next generation billionaire or trillionaire from whom I'm getting the advice. So yeah, thank you so much. You never know because, bro, I don't know. Because there was one of the guy. He's a billionaire, I would say, and he was with Simon, because Simon, this is the content creator who asked, "Hey, what's your dream?" In the street, this billionaire, he was as usual with the Simons trying to create a content, and he asked people, "Hey, what is your dreams? And would you gonna take an advice from this person?" I think that billionaire, that other guy, which means his audience, other guys, they do not know that this guy is a billionaire on the street. So they were saying, okay, in my life I want to do XYZ stuffs and I need this much monies. And the guy who's standing next to the Simons, he's a billionaire, and Simons who is doing collab with that guy, his name is Richard or something. He is the CEO of one of the airlines, I forgot. And then that guy, he was giving advice to the street interviews, the guy, other persons in interview, or whatever things that call that dark color brown person, who is saying that he want to become XYZ persons, as well as he want to help people build their companies. That's his dreams. And the billionaire who was giving the advice to the person who is expressing his dreams. And what am I trying to say was, even though you never know where you're gonna stumble and get some advice, and maybe you might get advice same like the guy in the interview on the street who was getting it from the billionaire. So anyway, man, thank you so much for all the conversation we had, and I hope to see you tomorrow. And because I come on the live stream every single day, and I will give you some updates on the things that I uploaded in the social medias, particularly investing, as well as the things which I have learned, and learning Spanish, English vocabulary, and those stuff. And stay blessed, stay safe. And by the way, we also play some Roblox. And quick disclaimer: we play Roblox. Main goal is to try to connect with my own viewers and build an audience, build connections. Be well. May I see you again. As the last thing, may you break generation curse and change the course of your bloodline. Yeah, yeah. Every single father wants their son to be more better than themselves, become more better, do more better stuff than what they have done. All right, man. Thank you. Have a wonderful day. Stay.